On Osrc News at 7. Ondo State Government reiterates reserve to cushion effects of hardship caused by fuel subsidy removal. Prospective retirees at council areas of Ondo State taxed on effective plans for life after service. Residents of Mango in Plateau State protest killing of 3 persons by unknown assailants. And from the foreign scene, Niger junta closes airspace as ECOWAS deadline expires. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Remy Allen. Palliative measures put in place by Ondo State government to cushion the effects of hardship sequel to fuel subsidy removal will be holistically executed. Responding to questions during the maiden edition of Ondo Media, organized by Nigeria Union of Journalists Ondo Council, held at the State Press Center, Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Bamidele Ademola Olateju said, Ondo State government is making efforts to ease the pressure on its citizens through the palliatives. Omoniola Ugbeji has details.
Ondo Media Agenda Invitation is an interactive session by the Nigerian Union of Journalists in the state to have privileged information on issues for proper dissemination. The maiden edition had the State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Bamidele Ademola Olateju, clear the air on a number of things hitherto hidden to the people of the state.
When we are talking about palliative, we are all feeling the pinch. What can we do now, immediately?
She made clarifications on proposed palliatives distribution, saying government is not unaware of the hardship being experienced at the moment.
The palliatives, the unconditional cash transfer, we go to 10,000 people. Vulnerable, all pensioners in the state, whether they have worked for the local government or the state government, we get 10,000 naira each. When we say vulnerable, we have parameters for identifying them. You will recall that Ondo State scored highest, not being poor, that we are the lowest in multidimensional poverty in this country. It's not by accident. It's from all these small unconditional transfers we do to people. The register was generated by, just like the enumerators we have for census, the World Bank supported by the Bureau of Statistics went around compiling names. They go to every locality.
Speaking on the leaked list of 33 LCDAs proposed by the state government to bring governance closer to the people, Mrs. Ademola Olateju said the list in circulation should be discounted until proper consultation is done.
We have 3 arms of government. When the executive has decided on this, it has to be ratified by the House of Assembly. Giving it to the press is wrong. That is preemptive of approval by the House of Assembly. That is why it was not given to the press, because it's still subject to debate, ratification, and the government will now attend to it. When it is, that is when we can give it to the press. So the list we are saying, we completely disown it because it's inappropriate at this time.
Earlier, Chairman of the Council, Leke Adegbite, who spoke on the importance of the forum, expressed confidence that the program will enable public office holders to sit up to their responsibilities.
Once public office holder knows that journalists are looking at them, they are going to ask them questions on behalf of the people. They will put more effort. Any commissioner or any public office holder, either from private or public, that we invite, before they can come and face us here, they will know that they will have fact and figure they will have done something tangible for the people.
Ondo Media Agenda is part of journalists' constitutional mandate to hold government and public office holders accountable to the people. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
Prospective retiring officers in Ondo State Local Government Service Commission have been charged not to see retirement as a death sentence, but an opportunity to occupy their minds with positive activities. This was the emphasis by the chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Mr. Femi Idris, at a one-day employee training and development program for retiring officers organized by Ondo State Local Government Service Commission. Joy Pius reports that the theme for the program is lifestyle management and retirement preparedness.
While retirement from service appears a time of rest from years of hard work, it can also trigger stress, anxiety, and depression for many retirees, where adequate preparation is lacking. To this end, the Ondo State Local Government Service Commission organized a one-day workshop for potential senior citizens of the state to intimate them for proper preparedness ahead retirement. The chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Mr. Femi Idris, while declaring open the one-day employee training and development program, said it was initiated to prepare intending retirees for life after service. Mr. Idris assured of continued commitment to better the Local Government Service Commission.
Retirement is another phase in the lives of every public officer. It is a time to rest after a long, rigorous journey in the service of humanity. Let me remind you that the period should not be seen as total disengagement from physical, educational, mental, and spiritual activities. You should endeavor to encourage yourself in one vocation or the other.
Part of the lecture centered on the psychology of lifestyle management and retirement preparedness, basic retirement funding and budgeting for financial freedom, and medical pathway to health in retirement.
If you are retiring to your village, where do you live? The family house or the small bungalow you have built? So if you had prepared at the point of employment, you would have thought of where you will retire. I would have been putting 1, 2, 3 blocks there.
Some of the prospective retirees appreciated the commission for having their interest at heart.
Because of the tension in the country now, with what he said and what he teach us today, what he taught us today, he made the tension to be relaxed.
This training will go a long way in ensuring that we have a better life after we must have retired from the local government service. So, on my part, I give kudos, commendation to the management of the Local Government Service Commission.
Retirement is a great time to experience new things, re-strategize and adjust lifestyle in the wake of the current realities in the country. Hence, programs such as these, they say, will help them understand the dynamics of retirement and make adequate planning ahead. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, says it will embark on a daily peaceful protest from Wednesday as part of measures to ensure its demands are met. In a letter to the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Health, NARD said all federal and state tertiary health institutions nationwide would proceed on industrial action with effect from Wednesday. The association, however, said it believes that the government would genuinely address the issues at stake in less than 48 hours or leave it with no other option. Meanwhile, the federal government had last week Tuesday, through a letter to all concerned, issued a no work, no pay policy following the doctors' ongoing strike. The government said the action is to serve as deterrent to other health workers. Former Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has denied allegation that he was involved in the drafting of the judgment for the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judges, describing it as baseless and defamatory. The former minister, who expressed disappointment with the spread of false information on social media platforms, called on security agencies to take action against those responsible for the act, believing that the allegations might be part of wider campaign to undermine the judiciary. Fashola, while clarifying that he had been away from Abuja for an extended period of time, condemned the individuals behind the allegations and referred to them as agents of destabilization. He called on relevant security agencies to treat the matter with utmost seriousness and emphasized the importance of unmasking the perpetrators as well as their sponsors while ensuring that they face the appropriate legal consequences. The federal government says it has partnered a first-generation bank to establish micro, small, and medium enterprise MSME digital hubs in 7 states. Vice President Kashim Shettima said the hub would empower 1 million youths with digital skills. According to Shettima, the government reached an agreement to implement the initiative following a meeting between the vice president and representatives of the bank. He stated the other objectives to include supporting tech-savvy youths with keen interest in digital innovations and aspire to drive technological advancements by providing them with financial solutions and empowering young employees to become an integral part of the workforce in Nigeria. The vice president added that 1 million youths would benefit from software engineering, product design, and other digital training, while 500,000 SMEs would be mentored on business development. You are watching OSRC News at 7. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us.
Win an all-expense-paid trip to Disneyland in the Indomie Golden Magnet promo. To participate, just buy the Indomie 70-gram pack and look for the magnet inside. Log into www.indomie.ng/Golden Magnet promo to fill in your details and enter your unique magnet code. All the Golden Magnet winners will get to experience the wonders of Disneyland. Silver Magnet winners stand a chance to win amazing prizes. Every pack of Indomie you buy comes with your favorite indomitable magnet. Terms and conditions apply. Indomie, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Thanks for rejoining us. This is OSRC News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. No fewer than 4,204 persons have been sent to custodial facilities of Nigerian Correctional Service nationwide in the last 4 months. According to the Nigerian Correctional Service, this shows an increase of 4,204 in the number of inmates between April and July. The spike in the number of inmates suggested an increase in the crime rate in the country due to the rising economic situation in the land. However, the coordinator, Social Justice and Prison Welfare, Ogona Okeke, described the huge population of inmates, saying it is to be blamed on the slow justice administration in the country. She advocated the use of non-custodial sentencing for minor offenses to reduce lingering suits in courts. The police command in Anambra says it has commenced 24-hour surveillance on the second Niger bridge to protect it from vandalism. The Commissioner of Police in Anambra, Aderemi Adeoye, said the surveillance was in collaboration with the police command in Delta. According to Adeoye, no arrest had been made, but investigation was still ongoing regarding the recent vandalism of the bridge. He said a patrol would be both mobile and static, stressing that it had been scheduled among divisions to cover night and day surveillance. The police commissioner warned criminal elements who might wish to try their luck again to perish the idea, as they will be rounded up and made to face the law of the land. In the meantime, the Nasarawa State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of the Emir of Gruku, Jubri Mohammed, and his wife by suspected kidnappers. Police spokesman in the state, Rahim Nansel, noted that the criminals invaded the palace of the Emir, located 10 kilometers away from the main town of Gruku in Karu local government area of Nasarawa State. Nansel explained that after receiving the information, the State Commissioner of Police, Baba Meyaki, deployed a combined team of operatives in collaboration with the vigilante group to the scene. He further explained that the surrounding bushes and mountains were combed, but all efforts to get them were fruitless. He noted that the Commissioner of Police has also deployed additional men of the tactical team, the anti-kidnapping unit, and men from the Karo Area Command to join in the search. In a related development, women and youths have protested in Mangu Town following fresh attack where 3 persons were killed today in Inchia village in Plateau State. The killing prompted a protest while 2 protesters were allegedly shot by the military, leading to the death of one of the youths, while a woman was shot on her neck, was rushed to the hospital for medical attention. The protesters, who came out in their numbers, blocked major roads leading in and out of the council area, took their protest to the palace of their traditional ruler, Meshkakim Ungwangu, where they accused the military special task force recently deployed to the area of watching while most attacks were carried out in villages. The rampaging demonstrators said they were unhappy due to the persistent attacks and killings by gunmen in their communities, called on the government to take action after weeks of relative peace. President Bola Tinubu has met with the governors of states that share border with Niger Republic. The meeting was organized as part of the president's effort to gather feedback and insights on the situation in Niger. Tinubu had recently dispatched a delegation to Niger Republic with a mandate to expeditiously resolve the current political impasse in the country. In the same vein, Acting Comptroller General of Nigeria Customs Service, Bashir Adeniyi, has put officers and men of the service manning the Benin Republic, Cameroon, and other borders on a red alert following the Nigeria-Niger border closure. Adeniyi said implementation of the Nigeria-Niger border closure is total. The Comptroller General called on customs operatives manning borders to be 100% alert and vigilant. Meanwhile, following the expiration of the ultimatum issued by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to the military junta in Niger Republic to relinquish control and restore ousted President Mohamed Bazoum to power, the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum has warned the regional body, led by President Bola Tinubu and the African Union, against using military force on the coup plotters. The forum has also appealed to the coup leaders to immediately commence the transitional arrangements to restore the country back to democratic governance within 1 year, noting that military rule is no longer fashionable in Africa. President of Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Yerima Shetima, expressed fear that Nigeria, especially the northern region, will pay dearly if ECOWAS decides to use military force to hoist the Nigerian military junta. He therefore advised President Bola Tinubu and ECOWAS to apply diplomacy and dialogue in addressing the political impasse in the West African country. The forum, while condemning the July 26 coup in Niger led by Abdourahmane Tiani, asked the African Union and ECOWAS to dialogue with the coupists as one of the civil measures to restore democratic governance in that country. In the same vein, Niger has closed its airspace until further notice, citing the threat of military intervention from the West African regional bloc ECOWAS after coup leaders rejected a deadline to reinstate the country's ousted president. Thousands of junta supporters flocked to a stadium in Niamey, the capital, cheering the decision not to cave in to external pressure to stand down following the July 26 power grab. Akintunde Akinshemola has details.
Residents in Niger's capital took over a roundabout and road intersections on the way to the presidential palace Sunday night into Monday early hours. They were supporting the Niger military junta and undaunted by the threat of military intervention by West Africa's regional bloc as its ultimatum for the country's coup leaders to reinstate the president expires. This demonstrator says he believes France is behind the Economic Community of West Africa or ECOWAS and wants to attack the country. Another demonstrator says the people of Niger have understood that these so-called imperialists want their demise. The junta has said it will not cave into external pressure to stand down. The July 26 power grab is the 7th coup in West and Central Africa in 3 years and has rocked the Western Sahel region. Defense chiefs of ECOWAS agreed on military action, including when and where to strike if the detained President Mohamed Bazoum was not released and reinstated by Sunday, August 6. ECOWAS has not commented on what its next steps will be on when exactly its deadline expired. The bloc's military pledge has triggered fears of further conflict in a region already battling a deadly Islamic insurgency. Meanwhile, Italy says it had reduced the number of troops it has in Niger to make room in its military base for civilians who may need protection. A military plane took off from Niamey and landed in Rome with 65 Italian soldiers as well as 10 US soldiers. Niger's former colonial power, France, has said it will support regional efforts to overturn the coup without specifying if that included military assistance. Any military intervention by ECOWAS could be complicated by promise from juntas in neighboring Mali and Burkina Faso to come to Niger's defense if needed. Bazoum Prime Minister Mohamedou said in Paris that the ousted regime still believed a last-minute agreement was possible. Akintunde Akinshemola for Osrc News.
And away from the Niger impasse, the Ondo State government has reiterated its dedication to utilizing sports as a platform for youth growth, learning, and lasting connections. Speaking at the finals of Season 2 of the Nigerian Secondary School Flag Football League competition, tagged Aketi Bowl, held at Ondo State Sports Complex, Akure, over the weekend, Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Bamidele Ologunloluwa, emphasized the importance of sports in nurturing the potential of the younger generation. Zaid Aribisala has more.
The Ondo State Sports Complex came alive as members of the State Executive Council joined other sports-loving individuals for the final of the second edition of Nigeria Secondary School Flag Football Tournament. The week-long competition, organized by the Nigerian American Football Association, featured no fewer than 75 schools from 7 states. The tournament produced Team Ogun from African Church Grammar School against Team Lagos from Ikeja Senior Grammar School as finalists in the female category. Team Ogun secured victory with a score of 12 points against Team Lagos, which got 0.
I feel great. The journey was not really good. It was tiring, but still, we are the winner.
In the male category, Team Akwa Ibom from Government Secondary School Eket battled against Team FCT from Government Science Secondary School Paikasa Abuja for the trophy. At the end of hostilities, Team Akwa Ibom emerged triumphant with a score of 31 points against Team FCT, which had 6 points. The champions in both the male and female category were awarded the prestigious Aketi Bowl Trophy along with the cash prize of 1 million naira each. The runners-up received 500,000 naira each, while the third-place teams were honored with a cash prize of 150,000 naira along with medals. Ondo State Government, through the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, congratulated the champions for their hard work and resilience.
I am satisfied, my governor is satisfied, and I must use the opportunity again to appreciate the sport-loving governor, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu, for supporting us, even from far. This morning he called that, Dele, where are you? I said, on my way to the stadium. He said, please don't get late there. I am surprised. This is a man of vacation. He loves sport. He has been very supportive.
The president, Nigerian American Football Association, Babajide Akeredolu, alongside other stakeholders, restate commitment to further develop the sports.
For Aketi Bowl 2, what we are looking at are several options. We're looking at the option to allow states to bid for the opportunity.
Last season, those who won the award were about 236 because we gave it to the first, second and third place. But for this particular season, we have streamlined it to just the first places, which is the winner for the male category and the female category.
We didn't even think we'll make it down to the finals, but I'm just happy and very elated to finally lift the cup.
The Nigerian American Football Association says it remains committed to the Odu mantra, which champions health, unity, diversity, development, livelihood and entertainment in making transformative changes. Sahid Aribisala, OSRC News.
And still on sports, England have moved into the quarterfinals of the Women's World Cup after beating Nigeria 4-2 on penalties in Brisbane. Despite Nigeria having the better of the chances throughout, the European champions reduced to 10 players after 87 minutes, snuck home in front of 50,000 spectators after the match had finished 0-0 at the end of extra time. They will face Colombia or Jamaica on Saturday for a place in the semi-finals. England got off to a terrible start in the penalty shootout when Georgia Stanway fired wide, but Desire Okparanoze couldn't take advantage and missed with an almost identical effort. England made no mistake, but Nigeria's Michelle Alozie shot away over top to give England an advantage they never surrendered, sealing the win when Chloe Kelly calmly converted. And that's the news. But before we go, here are the top stories. Ondo State government has restated its resolve to cushion the effect of hardships occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy. We also told you that intending retirees at local government councils in Ondo State have been charged to make adequate and effective plans for life after government service. Also, residents of Mango in Plateau State have protested today's killing of 3 persons by unknown assailants. And from the foreign scene, Niger Republic has closed its airspace as ECOWAS deadline for Kurivasa expires. And that's the news. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.